have your little doggy pants like underneath the video. Someone's like, what's that panting noise like underneath? It's the dog hanging out. Too short to be included in the video because we don't care if you're not tall. What up? My name is Alex Ernest, and today I learned the importance of retaining fun and playfulness in your life. I believe that retaining playfulness and fun is actually a sign of someone who's significantly spiritually wise, is how I would interpret it. If you don't want to think they're spooky and it's just a good way to live life, that's also fine if you want to be all secular, but this is something that I have to remind myself with all the time, especially with everything going on. The NFAC came today and they talked about getting pretty serious, like threatening that there will be shootings, there will be damage, there will be buildings being burned, there will be significant potential of devastation for everyone. And it's freaky. It's freaky for sure, and so it's like I've spent a lot of the day like stressed out, but it's I've been reading Schopenhauer, and Schopenhauer talks about the world as manifestation of his will, the idea that that death is an illusion, that we're all from the same source, that to live requires presence, and without presence there is no living, that they're synonymous with the two, that there is no you just sitting in darkness alone, that it cannot be, to have presence necessitates life. So this idea of death as the illusion, and so many of the teachers, like pretty much every religion ever, has focused on this as a sort of principle, and in that, and with that understanding of that comes sort of the reminder that ultimately everything we're doing is sort of a bit of a silly game, and that's not to say that you shouldn't take life serious or you shouldn't work hard or try, but also that while you should work hard, you should try, you should devote yourself, you should be very intentional about the way you live and trying to create a life that is meaningful and offers value to people. But you should also remember that it's all a little bit of a silly game at the same time, and that being able to balance those two extremes is a sign of wisdom to me, and something I really look for in people that I look up to, their ability to manage those two. And I think it's been extra funny for me because thinking about this, like the whys, like what they had that call to think about why am I doing it, and part of why I'm doing it is because I want to redefine my name. So my real name is Alex Bogan, but my pin name's Alex Ernest. That's what I do this channel under. Mostly because my last name Bogan means douchebag in Australia. It means white trash, like quite literally. Look it up. And so, but also, it's like I wanted a label I could operate under. I struggled doing things under my own name, believing in myself, and I gave myself a new name and was able to start writing under a pen name, and so that's how that began. But the name Ernest, the word earnest, if you look it up, one of the similar twos in the thesaurus is humorless. It's grave. It's sober. To be earnest is to live with intense and severe conviction. And so this idea that to be very convicted, very sure and very intense in following something that you believe in, but then you can't retain that sort of playfulness, that sort of spontaneity, that sort of joy, that sort of goofiness. It's just, I want to redefine that. I want to show that if you're someone that really believes in the value of life, then you can be someone that's working really hard and trying to share and be really devout and working hard, but also keep that goofy, silly element. And I think it's important to do it because I think if you look at it, my belief is that we're all very deeply interconnected with one another. I'll probably do more videos just talking about just this, but I believe we're deeply interconnected with one another, like both on a secular level with our mirror neurons, where we're pinging off each other for social cues, as well as on a more spiritual level. I believe we're interconnected from the same source, share the subconscious. And if you believe that, then I think the question that immediately arises is then, if we're all interconnected, like I am you, you are me, we are both connected in this, then it seems to me that you have a moral or ethic obligation to be the best you can be, to offer the most that you can to the world, to give back, to share. And I can be really bad about being caught in that, to the point of like, I must work out and perfect my image and learn more and read more and write more and do more and give more back. And I can get and that's when I can get caught up in the kind of earnestness that is grave and sober. But what I found is when I'm most effective in the world, when I'm really able to offer the most, is whenever I am able to remain that spiritual ease that comes with that kind of playfulness and spontaneity, the sort of reminder that everything will go away one day and that it's all a bit of a game in the meantime. And whenever I'm able to retain that sort of state, I'm actually more useful in my ability to connect with others, because I'm more able to connect with them without all of my minds like, I must do this and this to be good enough to give to you. You know, being able to just like, hey, what up? And sometimes that laugh is worth more than any kind of knowledge I could ever give you, or that smile, or that little bit of joy. And so I wanted to talk today about my struggle to sort of balance the two, and the value of that playfulness, especially in these trying times, and talk about my mission to redefine earnesty, to inspire other people to live an earnest life, but one where they don't have to be, it's not all about being perfect and grave and serious, but it's about recognizing the perfection that's already in you. So I love you all. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.